welcome to T Boys TV. We are back again with another hat show. Obviously, it feels weird. We used to do one weekly, and every other day. That's what it's going to turn into again. Obviously, in the championship. But it feels like a while, but it hasn't actually been that long. It's been a couple of weeks. And yeah, obviously, we're here. The fixtures have come out today, so I feel it's only right to come back with a hat show today to discuss the fixtures. Not obviously in detail, but who we got when, stuff like that. And yeah, obviously a bit of transfer news has come out. Still no official signings as we speak, but we obviously the Euros is still going on, and we do tend to get our business done fairly early still. So I still believe that will happen. It's just the Euros and stuff like that really at the moment, isn't there? So yeah, big up to everyone that has been waiting and all of that type of thing. But like always, I'm joined with my dad. How are you, Dad? It feels like it's been a while.
Yeah. No, I'm all good, man. Hope you're cool. Hope everyone's cool. Finally, it feels like season's sort of, there a little bit. But yeah, we're just waiting on them signing. So I expect, the next couple of weeks to be pretty busy. So
yeah, no, exactly. Obviously, a lot of outgoings, of players that we did expect, have pretty much gone to a lot of clubs or gone back out on loan to places. Obviously, Berry's officially gone to obviously Charlton, which again we expected. And yeah, if you haven't watched the farewell on YouTube, do watch that. It's quite a good watch. I watched it this morning. So yeah, big up to Berry and everything. And that's and something will come out on Friday as well regarding Berry. I've decided to do myself. So I mean, hopefully you can see it. That'd be pretty sick. But yeah, let's get into it. So the fixtures is the first thing we're going to talk about. And obviously they've come out today. And like I said, it's only right now that they have come out. You might as well get into it. And it's like you say, Dad, you are getting that feeling now. I am that we're here in the championship, getting ready to go. Hopefully a good season. But yeah, obviously the first game of the season. So let me share it. It is a little bit blurry. I do apologise. But yeah, I can't do too much about that. Burnley, first game of the season. For me, not a game I ideally wanted, just because we've already played them, obviously twice last year. But then again, it's a Monday night game. It's on TV. So I will be doing a watch along, obviously, if I don't go to it. Obviously, this year, I'm hoping to go to more games again due to being in the championship. But yeah, I mean, it'll be an interesting game. Hopefully we can get revenge in that sense, after that home game we had against them. And also you can look at it in the fact of, if we did get a win, even though it is only the first game, it would be a statement for me. Because as much as Burnley have not sacked company, but companies left, there's still a team that a lot of people would put up there. So if we were to get a win over them, I think that'd be a good start. But yeah, Burnley, first game of the season, Dad. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's good. It's still because we were actually, I think, ironically meant to play them the first game last season, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ironically, yeah, at home anyway.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And yeah, it is good. I'm not surprised it's been selected for TV. And I think it's pretty good to get that. They are meant to be potential contenders. So if we can start off and get a result there, then that's good for us. I think the first few games are actually quite tough, in my opinion. We can't underestimate the championship and know how tough it is. We're notoriously slow starters as well, so we're gonna have to bear that in mind. But it's the championship, and you just got to get on with it. I haven't proper studied all the months. I've just looked for certain dates, etc. So I haven't, and you can't really judge too much at the moment.
Yeah, obviously we're still signings for everyone, and like I say, Burnley will have a manager by then. As far as I'm aware, they still don't have one. So,
but we can get into it and talk about it.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. We're going to skim through them. I thought I'd just go a bit more into that Burnley one, seeing it is the first game of the season. But yeah, like you say, they're difficult games. We've got Portsmouth away after that, which that will be difficult because at the end of the day, you know, they're a newly promoted team. You know, them games are difficult at times. It's at their ground as well. So that'll be an interesting game. You know, you would probably, again, it depends on what happens transfer wise and stuff, but you would obviously back us to win that. But again, it's not going to be easy. You know, and a lot of these opening games, like you say, are not. You know, you look Preston, historically, we've struggled. You know, I remember that time I went, we lost 2-0. Shocking. You know, we struggled there. I remember the midweek game. I think that was the last time we played them as a whole, 1-1 draw. You know, I think the last time we might have beat them, correct me if I'm wrong, but it might, like at their ground anyway, was COVID, I believe, 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was then anyway. So, you know, we struggled against them a lot, so that's going to be difficult. QPR at home, I mean,
They
somehow
ended season well last year. You know what I mean? They're meant to be they're dark horses to a certain extent, but as well, and obviously there's that big rivalry there.
Yeah, I still got Chair as well. You know, somehow, like we always say, he's quality. So again, it's not going to be easy there. And then we got West Brom. They're the first five. West Brom at home. Again, you know, a team that got playoffs, so you would say they'd be in and around it again. You know, and obviously they've got a few decent players. So yeah, but another thing that I found very interesting looking at this fixture list is we're actually away for the final game of the season, which is rare. You know, the last couple of years, away against West Brom, which you know I've heard is a decent away day, so can be a decent end up potentially. But yeah, obviously the main dates that everyone would have kept their eyes on is obviously the derby days. Now, madly enough, there's a lot of games, right? Obviously, you look and skim and scammer, especially if your birthday's in between these months. You look at, you know, who's playing the closest, who you're playing the closest to your birthday. And to be fair, mine, there's actually 3 games that are quite near my birthday. So the first one is actually Watford, 6 days before, you know, and then Sunderland, which is obviously 2 days before, and then Coventry away, Dad, which is a game we're hoping to do away, which is literally the day after my birthday.
Okay, yeah, it could be changed. Yeah, we mark that out. I'll speak to you know, Thompson.
And, no, absolutely. So
hope it'll be easy to get some tickets, but you know, because games they do change.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
And it also depends how you do in cup competitions, isn't it? You know, they can change it as well and stuff like that. So
and we don't know. Obviously, 20 odd games are going to be on Sky, guaranteed.
Yeah,
but then the other lot we don't know about. There was rumours that ITV were trying to get them back, but someone could search that up and see if that's been confirmed or not. But we need to, obviously we'll try and go to as many games as possible. I'm definitely looking to go to a few away games this year for certain, anyway.
Yeah, and it's like Coventry last time. Obviously, I had my fight, didn't I, for the charity boxing? So obviously we didn't quite manage to go to it. And I remember that we were looking, obviously flicking through like you do, and we got the earliest goal in the whole of the country that weekend. So Lockyer, wasn't it? So yeah, man. And I've heard it's a good away day, which a lot of them are. To be fair, you know, I'm not going to say obviously I haven't been to loads, but what I've heard and the ones I have been to, a lot of them are good. You know, I even have memorable moments. You know, going to Preston.
Oxford, we got a little bit of a rivalry with them from like the conference days and that.
Yeah,
they've just signed Kioso as well.
Yeah, that's a good signing. I see that.
They're meant to be the worst rated team, but I think they'll do all right.
One blow I would say they have lost. I think it might have been today or whenever it's been. It's recent. Is that Murphy? He's actually gone to Peterborough. I see that earlier today. So that is obviously a big miss. But yeah, I agree. I think they'll give it a right go. To be honest with you, you know, a lot of people think they might be like Rotherham, but I think like how they usually are. But I think they'll do better. I think they'll give it a pretty decent go. Maybe they might not have enough in the end, you know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Again, it depends, doesn't it? If you know, obviously the Premier League's different, but it's sort of similar to our scenario in the Premier League in the sense of, you know, will they, you know, like, will they give it a right go? You know, which I think they will. You know, they seem like that team. You
They've
know,
got, I think they've still got the same manager.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing, and that's another reason why I think Ipswich might shock a few people as well, because they managed to keep the manager as well. And obviously, we know their owners have got quite a bit, so it'll be interesting with them to see what they're like. But yeah, obviously the games against Oxford. So we play them away on the 21st of January, and then we play them at home on, when is it again? I saw it earlier, but I can't remember when it is from the top of my head. I think it's, where is it gone? Bloody hell, that's the problem. Look, there you go, 1st of October. So yeah, I know it is sometime round about, you know, midway through the season. And yeah, the Leeds games, I guess that's a bit of a standout, you know, because obviously, you know, it's the first time we would have actually played them, I believe, with fans. You know, for a while anyway, because the last time was obviously no fans. The home game is quite late on in the season, 5th of April as it stands. And the away game is quite early on, to be fair, November 26th. One thing that did annoy me a little bit, but again, these fixtures might change, is Plymouth away is midweek as it stands, which is a little bit annoying. You know, again, that's another ground I'd like to try and tick off. Obviously, Rooney's there as well, so there'll be that banter like there was when he was at Derby when we played him at home. I remember that. So, yeah, man, you know, again, you know, the fixtures, the Derby Day fixtures, a lot to say. The first one's actually 6 days before my birthday at home, and then the away game is a bit later on in the season, February 22nd as it stands. And that's quite interesting because, well, from my memory anyway, obviously remembering it last time as well, we usually play them at home first, majority of the times. So it's quite interesting that we'd be playing them, you know, at home first. But yeah, looking at them fixtures, let me know in the chat what is your standout, taking away the obvious ones, which is obviously the Derby games. What games are you looking forward to the most? And how many points do you reckon we can get if you had to predict right now in our first 5? I'm saying 10 at least, which would be 3 wins and a draw and a loss. Because it is a championship, it is ruthless, and we will lose at some point. It just happens. So that's what I'm saying on that. But yeah, Dad, any final things you'd like to say on the fixtures as a whole?
No, well, I'm just trying to have a little look at the thing, but
while you do that, I'll go through some comments because there is a lot of comments flying in. Big up to everyone that's inside. Big up to Stephen. He says, big up Ty, big up yourself. Big up to Steve, obviously West Ham fan. He says, good luck to you lads for the new season. Yeah, and you, mate. It's going to be interesting. Lopetegui, see how he does. Obviously, I'll be keeping a close eye because obviously Naseda's a West Ham fan. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you guys do. You know, outgoings, ingoings, and stuff like that. New era, and that's the thing. You know, looking at a lot of these teams just quickly in the Premier League, it's a rebuild stage for a lot of the teams. You know, West Ham are one of them as well. You know, new manager. Liverpool are the same. Chelsea are the same. A lot of teams are in this. Save Man United slightly still are as well. So it's going to be interesting for sure. Stephen says, big up to you as well, Dad. Yeah, that's a good thing actually, as well with the Portsmouth game. Obviously, it's still in the summer, isn't it? Summer times, so that'll be good to everyone that goes to that. I mean,
yeah. So I'm thinking like off the top of my head now. You know, the first month's a little bit tough. Yeah. Out of 10, I'll give it 7. September 6. I don't think that's too tough. October 7. Yeah. November I think is definitely 8. We've got West Brom, Cardiff, Middlesbrough away.
Even Norwich away. Get another team that got the playoffs.
December's not too bad. We've got Swansea twice. Stoke, Blackburn, Derby, Bristol City. January, December I say 6, January 7 maybe. Norwich, QPR, Preston, Oxford, Millwall. February, both Sheffield teams, Watford, Sunderland, 7. March, 6. Based on now before things. April obviously is a busy month. That's quite tough, depending on where we got Leeds, we got Coventry, we got Bristol City. We know probably going to be good this season, and then just the final game as well. That could be some sort of decider. Because both of us, I expect West Brom to be somewhere in and around. If they keep their manager, they still got their manager. So that could be interesting. But yeah, I don't care. I'm looking forward to it. Burnley, I'm pleased with that. But we know games will change. Maybe cup games interfere with that and stuff like that, or they get changed to the next day as well. But yeah, I never have a game on my birthday, mate. Season's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to go to a couple of friendlies if possible. Didn't say we got St Albans potentially.
Potentially. Maybe. Obviously, 2 pre-seasons have come out so far, but they're far away, both of them. So obviously, Dundee and who's the other one? Port Vale, which is like Stoke in it. So
yep.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. Stephen says Hawthorns is a good away day. Yeah, I remember a British chap done it. He said it was a good away day. So yeah, hopefully, man, could be massive. Maybe by then
we ain't got to go Reading. They're not in there, are they? That's one of the work, isn't it? And a lot of them obviously we've done. I haven't done. But I'm looking to do some of them. I'm trying to. I try and do Millwall as well. I'm trying to get Thompson to go with that as well. I don't know if he'll be up for that or not, because it ain't too far from his. You see.
Yeah, exactly.
We could stay at his afterwards, and we'll run back to his if we get mobbed by the Millwall boys.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he might be up for that as well. Any of the ones in London potentially away can get there. We'll just go by train, mate.
Yeah. Just unfortunately, there's only 2 teams in London in Championship this year. Obviously, it's only Millwall and QPR, isn't it?
Really? Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird to think that, isn't it? Because then you look at the Premier League, and then majority of the teams are from London. It's crazy. But yeah, there is some surrounding. Obviously Oxford.
Hell of a lot of northern teams, isn't there?
Yeah. To be fair, it was like that last time, really, when we was in the Championship.
Yeah, Derby, but we don't play them until December. Just that'd be interesting if Collins and Bradley are still there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that ain't a bit earlier. I actually predicted to myself that would be the first away game for us, because I remember the last time we were both in the Championship, that was 2nd or 3rd game of the season, the 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I'm pleased they're out. And then obviously we're not in the cup for the first round because we got a bye because we finished, 3rd from bottom.
Yeah, not bottom.
Certainly, that happens. That's fine by me. I think 2nd round you still play a Southern team, do you?
Yeah. I think you do. Yeah, until the Premier League ones come in or something.
That would be interesting to see who's still left in there again. I'm not really, I think we should go on a little bit of a cup run. I'd be happy with that. And obviously we should be going for promotion, but if we're good enough and the squad's good enough, then we should be going for have a little bit of a cup run as well, because it gives you that thing, and hopefully we end up getting a Premier League team as well, and because that won't be so. We won't be so anxious about that because anyone in there we've played recently. But, obviously if it's Leicester or Southampton or Ipswich.
Yeah.
I mean, like anyone else, they, especially if it's a Kenilworth Road, they won't fancy it. Yeah, they have a bit more knowledge of it, but they won't fancy it. They'll probably put out a weaker team, and I don't see why they have a good chance.
Yeah, and also we scored against every team, didn't we? So
Yeah,
so we'll probably score.
yeah. Obviously, don't get Man City again.
Oh yeah, yeah. That one you take, yeah.
Later on down the line, yeah, but there's always potential to cause upsets and that. So it is a long season. It is tough, but there's no VAR.
Yeah, one positive.
Team, you can play different ways. We won't be. There's no way we'll be losing so many games as we did last season. We'll be able to go on the attack more. More football's played, tackles are let go. Do you know what I mean? You know how it is, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. No, so am I. I think the fixtures coming out has helped that, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to it anyway,
Yeah.
because I do like the Championship. For me, it's especially when it comes to competitiveness, it's the best league. Obviously, the Premier League's got the best quality, rare to tear. But I think when it comes to entertainment, Championship's better because there's more to play for, isn't there? You've got relegation, you've got playoffs, you've got winning the league, you've got
and we should be. This is test for us, like, because really we should be a top 6 team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? We should be, but the experience we've had last season, it's going to be easier playing in the Championship. It is.
Yeah. And now a lot of them players have got an experience playing in the Prem as well. That will help.
Yeah, like it's more competitive. If you've got the players, it's easier for you to have that extra touch or that you get away with more stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it is tough as well, but if you've got that little bit of extra quality, you should be all right. Look at Leicester, look at Southampton. Yeah, you could say probably Leicester might have had a better squad. They're the best squad when they went down. Leeds had a very good squad as well. But ours is not bad, and I'm sure we're going to sign some decent. We're going to have to. That's what I'm saying. This is where you put. If you're looking to go straight back up, you've got to put your money where your mouth is a little bit. We can spend a little bit, but obviously we're not going to go stupid. Like Everton will link with Kabore for like 10 million, 12 million. We won't be paying that. I don't think. I think it'd be better for him to be in the Championship. I don't think he's worth 12 million pounds, especially when the Lekong apparently is for that same amount. I'd rather spend it on him if we was going to spend that kind of money. But we'll be able to attract better players, and we need to. I said it for a while now. We need to be looking abroad as well. We need to be expanding our options, like a lot of teams do in the Championship. And even if you don't quite make it, you sell them players on for a good profit. Coventry is an excellent example. But certain teams have been quiet so far, especially in the Championship. I think it's because the Euros is on as well. But once, give it a couple of weeks, we'd have signed, I reckon, at least 4 players. And we can get on to the player, Walton going back out on loan again, which is, we did discuss this before. I said I'd be surprised, and I am surprised that he's gone there for another season. Is it long loan?
Yeah.
I can see the logic in it, but for me that means that Kaminsky's going nowhere. Hence, we signed Shea for another thingy. So, but there has been rumours that Krul is going to go, but he is still under contract. So maybe it'll just be them 3 again. Walton done really well there, but we don't want to be basically having a decent player and just not even trying him out. Do you know what I mean? So part of me is thinking that Krul going nowhere as well, and he'll be second choice. But if he does go, then obviously Shea will be second choice, and then we'll probably have a youngster like in the background, but he doesn't have to be included in the squad, if that makes sense. Like, up to 25, so potentially that's what'll happen. It kind of makes sense But it kind of proves as well that we're obviously comfortable with what we've got. And like I said, Kaminsky is going nowhere, because if Kaminsky was to go, there's no way I don't think we'd be loaning them out. So I think it's a case of whatever bids come in, we're rejecting it, or he's agreed to, like, you know, because he had a torrid season, even though he done well. Unless he's going to get, and he played every single game, is he going to be guaranteed that? Unless he goes to somewhere like Ipswich, you know, anyone else? Are they going to start him? Things like that. So I think we're all right. And he's played in the Championship before. It's not like he's dropped that low. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, exactly.
if he can perform like he did last season, you know, he could get Golden Glove, mate. But he'll get a lot more clean sheets anyway. That's probably guaranteed, isn't it?
Yeah. Another thing as well, hopefully he won't have to deal with that many shots that he had to deal with. He got the most, didn't he, in the end, in the Premier League?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, definitely agree with that. But yeah, my thoughts on the Walton situation. Yeah, again, it's a bit of a weird one. You know, like you say, Dad. For me, it tells me Shea's going to be backup. I think he is going to be the backup because he signed another year. Like, the thing is, I don't mind having Crawl in and around. Like, it's clearly good when it comes to, you know, being an influence in the changing rooms and stuff like that. But I just feel because we've gone down, you know, do we really need, you know, 3 keepers? You know, I'd like to see someone coming through, you know, like you say, even if they're not involved at the moment, just because, you know, I know we had that situation with the emergency keepers, but I think we're in a much better position now, you know, and I don't know, maybe, you know, obviously touch wood it don't happen, but if we had a really bad, you know, crisis again, you know, we could call Walton back, I believe. So yeah, I just want to see him get that chance, you know, because we've seen that with a few players, haven't we? You know, where they haven't really got a lot of a chance, and you know, they haven't necessarily gone on to do, you know, a lot, but you know, you just want to see it because at the end of the day, we signed him for a reason. So I want to see why we did. You know, obviously he's not going to start. You know, Kaminsky's the number one. Kaminsky's brilliant. But even in the odd cup games, you know, League Cup, FA Cup, I'd like to see him playing him, to be honest. But hopefully next season now when it comes to that. But yeah, a few more comments. Some good sides in the Championship going to be tough. Yeah, no, it is. It's difficult because I think all the ones that come up will do okay, to be honest. You know, I think Oxford will be in and around the relegation battle, but you know, I think Portsmouth will do pretty well. I think they might even
that following it helps. You know what I mean? Like that helps.
I think they might be similar to Sheffield Wednesday. You know, where they're in it, they're in the relegation battle, but they end up staying up. I could see it with them. And then Derby, again, they'll be in and around it, but again, I think they'll do all right. You know, again, they, you know, like you say, Dad, about the fan base. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. And then obviously the teams that didn't quite go up, Leeds, you know, you would say Burnley will be up there again. I'm not sure personally about Sheffield United. I'm not really convinced by them lot going into next season.
Not if they've got a same manager. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think they will. But Bristol City, I probably might. Obviously, I'll do my Championship predictions when business is done and that as a table as a whole. But I think Bristol City could do quite well. I think they're on the up season upon season. So they've got a few former players. Coventry, they'll be up there again. Obviously signed that player, didn't they? That we were once looking at. Rudini, he's a good player. From Huddersfield, he's a good player. So
decent players already. If they can keep hold of Sheaf, they can keep hold of Sims. You know, they've got some.
O'Hare's still there at the moment, isn't he?
He is, but you know, he's looking to leave.
Even then, they got a lot of quality.
Be interesting.
You know,
I could see
Man United a bright go in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah,
you know,
going to
very lucky not to win that, to be honest. So yeah, they'll be up there again. So yeah, there will be team West Brom, Norwich. I think they'll still be up there because you know they were in and around it last season.
I don't know about Norwich, you know. I don't know about Norwich because they sacked the manager. A lot of their players are aging. You know, they sort of just scraped into the playoffs. Really, depends who they sign, but they just never seem they seem a bit reluctant to spend money sometimes. So I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have said that with Norwich, but because they were, constantly up and down when it comes to the seasons in the Premier League, Championship. So yeah, Stephen says, "Oh yeah, got to do commentary." Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, mate, and he signed it. He signed a 4-year deal. Obviously, I said my thoughts on it last week when it come out. Your quick thoughts on it, Dad?
Yeah, well, he wanted to stay anyway. It's security for us in case anyone does come in for him. It won't be this season probably, potentially in January, but he'd see it through anyway. And if we got promoted, he'll stick with us anyway. It's covering us. It's good, makes sense. Keeps that continuity. You know what I mean? A lot of players like him, and it gives that security as well. Where certain other teams, Burnley, they haven't got a manager at the moment. So players would be, well, I don't want to sign for a club if I don't know who's going to be the manager and things like that. Whereas that was our first sort of step. So that helps a lot. And like I say, I think you'll be surprised. Like last season, I said we had a surprise. There will be a surprise signing, I reckon, like someone you unexpected, and then come back, isn't it? So I think there'll be a couple of them again. Maybe someone dropping out the Premier League who's out of contract, but is half decent. Do you know what I mean? It's like Ipswich last season. I know you're not too keen on the guy, but I think he might. Kiefer Moore went on loan there. That's a brilliant signing for them. So someone like that who's just championships just to help you. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't necessarily keep them the season after or whatever. It depends who it is and stuff, but someone we can give regular first team football. I think aside gems, and we've already got some as well. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
we went through the squad list, didn't we? And we already had like 25 there, but we know that we still need midfielders. And we know Walton's gone out now, so there's another space.
There's a space gone, yeah.
So yeah, like I said, a lot will develop over the next week and a half.
And a lot of them are still on holiday as well. I see Elijah's story before he went live. Obviously, he's on holiday and that as well. And a lot of them are. I remember Rob Edwards last week saying, about Osho, for example. He's coming back this week, so they'll get into his contract situation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So be like that with a lot of the players. Doughty as well. Obviously, been heavily linked with a lot of Premier League teams. So we'll see what goes on. But yeah, we definitely need a rebuild. Definitely, in certain areas, especially midfield. We've got 5 in the club, but we're only going to use 3 for me. Obviously we've got Watson, Campbell. I can't see them guys playing. Maybe Campbell, but
I've heard people saying it, Campbell. But
I love Campbell too. You guys know that I'm a massive fan of him. I think he's quality. I'd love to see him in the Prem. But then the ones that are going to be involved, obviously Ruddock, Clark, and obviously Nakamba. So
yeah, part of me's thinking, like we kept hold of Piero, and we've loaned him out to Dagenham, Redbridge, or whatever.
I was surprised we didn't.
Campbell, it weren't really his fault that he didn't get that, but Piero was the same. So, will we loan him out again?
Nah, I don't think we'd do that. I think we'd either sell him or keep him.
Yeah,
obviously I want to keep him.
Either I'm here or sell me, because someone will take him.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether
that's back in Scotland or maybe another championship team potentially. We shall see. But yeah, talk about Rob Edwards. Obviously, he's got Instagram now. He's got 4,000 followers, Dad. When we looked originally, the first day he had about 1,000. Well, over 1,000, nearly 2K. So yeah, man, there you go. Rob Edwards is now on the social medias. Come on. But yeah, there's that. And there's another thing I was going to say as well. I can't quite remember. Well, oh yeah, that was it. So Belgium obviously just played right now. Obviously, Kaminski's involved with the squad. Hasn't played, unfortunately. But they will face France, which is a very difficult game, on Monday at 5 p.m. So Kaminsky has got further in the tournament, which obviously, as it stands, that means he'll come back a bit later on, and he will anyway. Because obviously he's got picked for the Euros. So yeah, shout out to Kaminsky for that. And yeah, man, that's breaking news. That's happened just now. But yeah, a few more comments. What's that? Sorry, Dad.
So what was their score today?
I think they drew, but because Slovakia got a result.
I didn't get any points.
Yes, they drew 0-0. Because Slovakia got a result, Slovakia actually topped that group.
What was Slovakia?
Romania topped that group. And then Belgium was second.
What was the Slovakia score?
1-1 draw.
So what, my work thingy, like 5 points behind. Well, maybe more now. There's like 2 games left in here, and then we move on to the knockout stages.
Knockouts, yeah.
Different.
Where it gets serious, yeah. Where we can't accept draws and defeats. Well, might have to accept a defeat, but yeah. Anyway,
2, 3, 4, 6 games. I've got no points.
Oh right, that's not.
Holland beat Austria, didn't, lost. France beat Poland, drew. England had beat Slovenia, drew. Denmark had beat Serbia, drew. Slovakia, you said that was a draw.
Yeah.
Well, fucking draws, that's why. And Ukraine, Belgium, what was that? A draw as well?
Yeah, 0-0.
All of them, yeah. Well, there you go then. So maybe I won't be too far behind, because who's going to predict?
Yeah. A lot of people would have picked winners, especially in the final games of the groups anyway. A lot of people would have predicted winners. But yeah, no, just talk quickly on the Euros. Shout out to, like, seriously, Romania and Austria topping their groups. Yeah, especially Austria's. A lot of people said they'd finish bottom, but give it a go. That's what I said. Because I know they've got some quality, like Sabitzer and stuff like that. But they ended up, topping the group, crazy. And then Romania topped the group as well. Obviously, they got that convincing win, didn't they, the first game against Ukraine. And it ended up, being a massive part of them getting top of the group. So, fair play to them lot. Doing much better than England. Let's be honest now. Scoring more goals than England anyway as well. So, yeah, that's interesting there. Jackie says, hi, Ty does. Exciting. Yeah, 100%. Big up, lads. Hope you're well in our first home game. Nice, easy 3 points. Obviously, Barrow, Carlisle he's referring to. I did see your game after that is MK Dons. So, beat them as well. Do you know what I mean? That'd be nice. But yeah, 14th of September, Jackie says Millwall is. Yeah, it's quite early. It's actually quite early on in the season, that Millwall game, Dad. Obviously, that's the second month, isn't it? The season. So, yep. There we go with that. But it's all interesting. It's all interesting there, looking at them games, and yeah, it gets you more excited now for the season upcoming. And like I say, there has been some friendlies that have been announced. Only 2 so far. Obviously, Port Vale and Dundee. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Hopefully, we can have a little glimpse of them games, and obviously, if we can, then we'll do a little mini reaction to them. Obviously, if we don't go to certain games, we'll hopefully be able to do some vlog from homes and more watch-alongs. A lot more watch-alongs, obviously, with this thing they're doing now. I don't know if they're still doing it. It's a lot of question people have been asking. Are they still doing the red button games during the week? Because I'm thinking if they are, then obviously I'll do watch-alongs for them if I don't go to them games either. But yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's really it, to be honest. Unless there's anything else you want to get into, Dad?
No, that's it, mate.
No, that's it. No, big up to everyone that has tuned in to this one. And yeah, smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. It'd be much appreciated. Do subscribe to the channel as well. A few new subscribers after the England stream yesterday, so do appreciate that. And yeah, man, follow me across all my socials. And I think I'll be doing a joint live tomorrow with Lewis. He's starting up his channel again. And we're going to react to a lot of the championship games, a lot more in depth, first games anyway. And yeah, I guess do a little predictions slightly Not overly, because obviously a lot of business stuff like that still to be done, but just how we're looking at the season, upcoming for a lot of us. Obviously, we got Hull quite early on in the season as well at home, so we'll see how that goes and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go with stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there, and obviously I'll be posting shorts like I've been on the channel. Big up to everyone that has been checking them out. I posted one earlier about Harry Kane talking absolute waffle. Me and Anache were, yeah, we couldn't believe it. But again, shout out to Anache. Obviously, he's been a massive part of the Euros, being on every watch along so far. And yeah, there was a comment from Chris saying England will get, just talking on that quickly, we will get the winners of either we'll get Netherlands or I think it was Slovakia, you said. So yeah, they're not going to be easy. I'll tell you that, especially the way we play and the way this guy picks certain players. But there you go. That's for another time. Obviously, I'll do a preview to the England game, mini preview again on Saturday. And yeah, like I say, I should be back on a joint live tomorrow with Lewis on mine and his channel. And yeah, other than that, it would just be shorts over the next couple of days. So do check them out. And obviously, if news progress, regarding transfers and that, I'm sure we'll be back again weekly with hat shows again. And, if there's breaking news, I'll be doing T-Boy discusses. So yeah, do make sure you check everything out on the channel. So yeah, big up everyone. Smash a like, subscribe, follow me across all my socials. And yeah, until next time, we will see you lot in a bit. And subscribe to the extra channel as well. Take care and peace.
Peace.